I'd like to call to order the Apache Junction Water District meeting of October 15th, 2024 to order, and request that all cell phones be placed on the silent mode. Roll call.
Chairperson Wilson,
Here.
Vice Chair Schroeder,
Present.
Board Member Cross,
Here.
Board Member Heck,
Here.
Board Member Johnson,
Here.
Board Member Nesser,
Present.
Board Member Soller.
Here.
You have a quorum, Your Honor.
Thank you. Approval of minutes for the September 17th meeting. Do I have a motion?
Mayor,
Yes.
I move that the minutes of the meeting of September 17th, 2024 be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call.
Board Member Soller,
Yes.
Vice Chair Schroeder,
Yes.
Board Member Nesser,
Yes.
Board Member Cross,
Yes.
Board Member Heck,
Yes.
Board Member Johnson,
Yes.
Chairperson Wilson.
Yes.
Unanimous, Your Honor.
Thank you. Presentation, discussion, and consideration of resolution number 2024-011. Mike.
Good evening, Chairman Wilson and members of the board. Quick presentation here. We have a parcel located between parcels, or a PUE, sorry, located between parcels one, as you can see on the board here, 100-25-015B, 125-016B. It's no longer necessary for public use and has de minimis public value. So just a little map. We're here, Tomahawk on your left-hand side, going up Old West Highway. There has been some subdivisions built out here and some parcel split. As you can see here, it's kind of an aerial. We have the subdivision here, the parcels in the past, and this is the extinguishment we're looking at tonight. So we're looking the board to approve that extinguishment. The right-of-way has already been abandoned, so this is just the PUE for us to abandon that, and we do not see the need to have that anymore. Any questions?
Your Honor,
Yes.
shouldn't you change Apache Trail to Old West Highway?
That's not Old West.
That's not.
No.
No, that's up by, that's just south of Lost Dutchman.
Oh, we're up farther north.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
North
So-
Apache Trail.
So this is closer to the hitching post up here, is where you'd
Okay.
see them up here in this area.
Any other questions? Okay, do I have a motion for resolution number 2024?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I move that resolution number 2024-011, a resolution of the Board of Directors of the Water Utilities Community Facilities District, City of Apache Junction, Arizona, declaring portions of the public utility easements located between parcel numbers 100-25-015B and 100-25-016B, Apache Junction, Arizona, are no longer necessary for public use as a utility easement and are hereby extinguished be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call.
Board Member Nesser,
Yes.
Board Member Johnson,
Yes.
Board Member Cross,
Yes.
Board Member Heck,
Yes.
Board Member Soller,
Yes.
Vice Chair Schroeder.
Yes.
Chairperson Wilson.
Yes.
Motion passes, Your Honor.
Thank you. District Manager's report.
No report, Your Honor.
District Director's report.
Chairman Wilson, I have a couple of updates for you here on the Verde River Sedimentation Mitigation Study update, or raising of the Bartlett Dam. Our initial allocation, we came to you back probably about 6 months ago, was 7,942 acre feet. Since then, we've had some more partners that wanted to join our 22 cities that have been working on this project. Cave Creek, which you guys are probably familiar with, last year is when Scottsdale shut them off from their water supply. So they have reached out to be a part of this project also. All the members voted last week to allow them to come in. This is part of the Bureau of Reclamation's request of allowing all parties to join at this point in time and not keep anybody out. So they requested 1,000 acre feet, which is roughly about 300 acre feet per year, and that would service just their existing customers that they have up in that area. So this isn't for future build out, this is for just those existing customers that no longer had water service after Scottsdale shut them off because of the agreement they had with them in the past. The next one was SRP, went back and found some old maps. They had some maps from 1977 that showed that their capacity in Bartlett and Horseshoe Dam. They found the map from 1939 that was all hand-drawn in their historical data, and came up with there was an additional 4,423 acre-feet that was in the original structures that they believe that they need to restore. So what does that mean to us? We lost roughly about 1,200 acre-feet of water in the end of our allocation currently as we're working through this process. Okay, so it's going to keep getting smaller. I'm going to warn you guys now. Even the next slide, what's our next steps here? How do we deal with all this? The Bureau of Reclamation has to secure supplies to back up CAP supplies if we have shortages also. What those CAP supplies are for the Indian reservations and other ones that they had to back up, the federal government has to. So even though there was initially 300,000 acre-feet of this large project that we separated out in the beginning and received roughly 8,000 acre-feet of, it may be cut in half when the federal government gets done because of the contracts they have to back up. So each cities are taking cuts in their portions, and we're still negotiating all that, but we're not sure if it's going to be 20% of it, 50% of it, 40%, we're not sure. They've been working on their study. They were supposed to have results back to us here roughly at the end of the year, but they're not on schedule to hit that, so we're thinking maybe February we should have a better idea of what they're going to request and how much that's going to reduce all the rest of our allocations. Okay? And then we're going to go back through that whole process. And the whole subcommittee that I'm on and the committee, we have to vote on this to figure out how we're going to redivide it up. Hopefully we can follow the same process we did before. The numbers don't look too bad. What happens right now is the way the process worked is they want to secure existing demands out there. So if you have existing customers or existing things that you've committed to, we wanted to make sure those were first, that you were able to reserve those rights for that water. And then it was committed future demands. We had a lot of committed future demands because we have a lot of state land in our development area here in the city of Apache Junction. So they take those committed demands out, and that's why we lost so much at this beginning, this first phase, roughly about 15% of what the original allocation was. It's a lot smaller as we go through it because we have different types of demands out there in the way we calculated everything. Okay. Questions?
Mike, are we still going to be obligated to pay the same amount that we?
No. We will only pay for the allocation that we receive.
Okay.
So, our 22 million, would go down to probably 18 million at this point. Okay. So it's going to get smaller as we go. We'll still have those funds available so that we can pay for that water when we actually get our allocation. So we'll be ready for that, but we're working through that process.
Mike, can you tell us what happens if other cities choke at some point on the cost that they may have to pay? How is it SRP and this group anticipating that reality when it comes time to pay? And if they're not prepared,
right?
Like we're setting our foundation up for the future, and if they're not prepared.
So initially, we asked for a large quantity of water. Obviously, we didn't receive that. We kept getting chunked down. And as Brian said, they're going to have to be large. A lot of cities come up, and at 8,000 acre feet, we were at 22 million. There were some cities that received 45,000 acre feet. Do the math, they're talking $150, $180 million that they're going to have to come up with in roughly 2 years. There's only so much money that goes around through grants and loans to the federal government and through city councils that they can afford. So in the end, somebody's going to come to the table and say, you know what, I can't afford $180 million, or I can't afford 150 or 100 million. I'm going to have to reduce my allocation. And hopefully that's the point where we can step in and say, hey, we asked for that. We still want that. We have the funds to provide to you guys, and we want to move forward with that project. So we're going to be meeting with SRP, reestablishing our relationship, telling them, hey, we're still on board with this. We still want this water. But, as people back out or they can't afford it in the end, we're still going to step up to the plate and help you guys out with this.
Good.
Okay. Any other questions on that project? And I'll keep you guys updated as we go through this. Hopefully we have some more information in a couple months in the spring, and we know exactly where our numbers will fall in. Okay.
No other questions? Don't see any.
And then just a quick update on Blossom Rock and Radiance. Radiance roughly has about 1,250 meters that we've set so far, another 750 under construction that we're going to be setting here in the next less than 6 months. Blossom Rock has 500 meters set out, and they're roughly another 500 under construction right now. What does this really mean to us? You know, 18 months ago, before this project started, we had 4,500 service connections in our service area. Now, today, we're roughly around 6,250, so it's almost a 40% increase in the last 18 months. And it's not gonna slow down. So we're trying to staff up, get all of our billing going, get all of our staff going, so that we can keep supporting all these additional customers that we have to the south. So just wanna keep you guys informed where we're at. It's growing fast. We're not as, we only serve a third of the city, so we're not the 40,000 people here in Apache Junction, or roughly probably about 10,000 service connections. We're only a third of those, so this is gonna happen fast in the next couple of, I would say, probably by the end of next year, or even mid-next year, we'll be doubled in size as the water district. So it's fantastic for us, but it's a lot to keep up with those production of the water, keep up with demands and maintenance and everything else that's going on out there, and getting people here to support the infrastructure that we're putting in the ground. So, any questions on what's happening down there?
Nope, thanks for the news.
Okay. These are only that subdivisions. There's other things, little pockets that you guys are aware that you approve of, commercial developments and other little developments that are going in. So there's other small growth going on, but this is the major part of it. So, and that's all I really had. Any questions?
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. District Treasurer's Report. No report, Okay, since there's nothing, no further discussion, I will adjourn this meeting also.